Hey everybody, Kartik Subramaniam over at ADHI Schools. Welcome to your real estate tip of the week. Today's tip of the week is a simple vocabulary term called interpleader. And an interpleader action is an action that is initiated by an escrow company anytime the buyer and seller are unable to resolve a dispute which stops the closing of escrow. So if the buyer and seller are fighting about something, maybe the buyer thinks that the deposit should be returned to them because they want to cancel, but the seller wants to keep the deposit. Anytime you have the buyer and seller fighting about something in the real estate deal that stops the closing of escrow, particularly as it relates to the buyer's deposit, the action filed by the escrow company is called an interpleader action. So it's really important to remember that the escrow company really should be working for both parties as a special dual agent. If the buyer wants something and the seller doesn't want to give it to him, or if the seller wants something and the buyer doesn't want to give it to him, it's not like the escrow company can pick a side. The escrow company is simply following the instructions provided by both the buyer and the seller. So again, if the buyer and seller are fighting about something that stops the closing of escrow, the escrow company cannot make a unilateral decision on that on their own. The escrow company either has to wait for the parties to agree, or the escrow company might initiate a court action called interpleader. So in fact, be very careful of this question on the exam. If the question on the test were to say, anytime the buyer and seller are unable to resolve a dispute which stops the closing of escrow, the escrow company would file an interpleader action.